Hello, everybody. Welcome to the closing for the 16th OpenFOAM workshop. So if you give me a second here, a few bits and pieces I can go through. Okay, these are our closing slides, and Slán live. Goodbye to all of you. So just briefly there's many thank yous, a lot of organization, a lot of work goes into organizing this. So I received a lot of help from the OpenFOAM Workshop Committee, also the local organizing committee, and in particular, a lot of you would have interacted with Abbey conferences. So Anya, Niamh, Greg, and the team. Of course, we can't run events like this without sponsors, and they help keep our costs down. So thanks again to all our sponsors, our 3 gold sponsors last year's workshop. I formed the Advanced Research Centre here in Ireland and OpenCFD, also to our silver sponsors, Engis, and also UCD seed funding, and finally to our bronze sponsors, OCF, Cadence, who own Pointwise, Wiki, and Kitware, who run Harvey. And finally, thanks again to our 5 keynotes, all our chairs, our 20 trainings, which were excellent, and also our speakers, so Gaurav Ma Agwiv. So thank you to all of you. Just the OpenFOAM 16 by numbers. So we had 271 registered participants, and 93 of which were students, and 104 presentations and 16 posters. So the presentations were up a little bit in last year, and the total number of registrations were down just slightly, but very, very similar. With 16 posters, 20 trainings, 5 keynotes, and 7 enjoyable splash talks as well. So I estimated that I think it's about 60 hours of continuous content. If you want to watch them, you can set aside some time over the next few weeks when all the recordings will be uploaded. Here's the breakdown by country ranked. So most people were from Germany or were local, let's say. And then we had the States, and then it slowly trickles down, mostly Europe. A few things to know next. The online platform and the online portal will remain accessible for the next 3 months. So just using your current login details, you'll be able to log in. So all the recordings will be uploaded by next week. So when you log in, and we'll send you an email to let you know when they're all available, you'll be able to log in and click into each session that's already completed. And in the top corner, there will be a play button, and you click play, and then you can play through all the recordings. Also, if you kept any notes, there's an export button in the top corner, so you can get emailed a Word document with your notes or any of your meeting connections. Our plan is, after those 3 months, is we will move all the recordings to be public via YouTube. And that should be done within 6 months of the workshop. And the abstracts, just in case you're wondering, they are all available on the website. If you go to openfoamworkshop.org, at the moment it reroutes to a UCD site. So if you go there and you go to information, you can find a book of abstracts. So that'll have all the abstracts that people submitted. Of course, they're all on the online platform as well anyway. But if you want them in one PDF, they're there. We heard in Fred's keynote earlier about the OpenFOAM Journal. So the OpenFOAM Journal have agreed to create a special issue for for special or select papers from the 16th OpenFOAM Workshop. So it's open to anyone who's presented. So posters or technical presentations, you're open to submit a short or full-length paper to a special issue of the OpenFOAM journal. So I think you'll find more details on openfoamworkshop.org. If you go there and go information and go special issue, you'll find all the information of what's expected. So you can submit a short or long paper, and they'll go through the standard review process. And then when they're published, they'll all be put together in a special issue from the select papers from the 16th OpenFOAM Workshop. Oh, here, I forgot I had it. Yeah, so if you go here, so you can see information OpenFOAM Journal Special Issue. So it gives some details about what is involved. And just to point out, there will be no publication charges and no access charges. So that's one of the characteristics of the OpenFOAM Journal, is that there's no charges to the authors or for anyone to read it. It'll be fully open access. And also they use a double blind review process as well. If you haven't already, please sign up to the mailing list. You can do that on openfoamworkshop.org, and that will just keep you up to date on future events. And as you should have seen, there are relatively few mails sent, and they're only dedicated to the workshop, so you don't get spammed. But either way, it's GDPR compliant, so you can leave anytime you want as well. Okay, down to the brass tacks. We've some prizes and money, etc., to give away. The voting panel consisted of all the chairs and any of the talks they went through. So we got lots of votes for many different people, so there was quite a variety. So for the poster prize, congratulations go to Ivan Batistic from Zagreb, so well done, Ivan. The prize for the poster is €100, so we'll follow up with you in the coming weeks, and we can sort out getting that to you. But there was a bunch of other great posters as well, so unfortunately there was only one prize. For the student presentation, conscious of the fact that it was the odds were much worse if you were doing a presentation as opposed to the poster, we decided to give 3 joint prizes. So each of €200 to 3 selected presentations. So once again, we received many votes for many different talks, kind of highlighting the level or the quality of all of them. So in the end of the day, we just had to pick 3 of them. So well done to the following 3 winners. So we've Anna Fechner, apologies for my pronunciation, from Exeter, Andrew from Dublin, and Luca from Zagreb. So Zagreb did well overall. I'm sure Herb, you'll be happy to see. But this was a very transparent reviewing process. Great, so we'll be in contact with the 3 of you afterwards, so well done to you, and feel free to say woohoo in the discussion. The final prizes to give away are the gamification prizes. And so the points at the top, it was closed, I think, 30 minutes ago or in the middle of the last session. So if you go up now, you can see the top 3 people. So the top 3 people were Patrick, Hun, Petros, and Ranjit. So well done. So Ranjit, you came 3rd, and then we've joined 1st and 2nd here. So just to be a real engineer about it, let's just use a random number generator to see who comes first. So I'm going to do this in Excel. So if I generate a random number, I think if I just copy and paste this in here beside them, it should just evaluate. So whoever gets the higher number can be first, and whoever's the lower number can be second. So okay, the order it's in is correct. So well done, Patrick. First few, Petros, you get second. I think first you can double check, but I think that's a free registration to next year. Then we have a laptop bag and then a mechanical keyboard. So we'll be in contact with the 3 of you in the coming weeks. So well done. So the final thing to note is OpenFOAM Workshop, the 17th OpenFOAM Workshop, where it's going to be. So you'll have seen one of the panelists. I'd like to invite Herv. Jacek, you can turn on your video, Herv. I have your slides here, or you can share your slides. I don't mind.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you, Philip. Can you please show my slides?
Sure.
I will use the time while you're switching to say great kudos to you and your team in Dublin. It has been a very enjoyable workshop, and it will be hard to follow up on this. Also, special thanks to Bernhard. I think the splash talks were absolutely wonderful and so packed of information that I'm still a little bit dazed. So I'm sure we are going to keep the tradition. So to ruin the surprise, we are planning to do the OpenFOAM workshop on the 11th till the 14th of July next year in Cambridge. Can you swap the slide, please? So it's an old university, you probably have heard about it. It's my new home. I'm enjoying it very much. And on one of the previous meetings, I spoke to Eugene de Villiers, and he said that you are all desperate to travel in person. So the plan is to show you the high Harry Potter pack factor punting, give you an opportunity to fall into the river Cam and host you there next year as a hybrid live and virtual event. Next slide, please. So to summarize, we will be based in Churchill College. There is about 200 odd places in the lecture theatre that you can see there at the bottom. We will have the training day and committee meeting in the most beautiful setting that I can imagine. Days 2 and 3 will be conference days. And then we are going to have the working group and community day in the tradition of the OpenFOAM workshop, because it's really all about you. So I'm looking forward to hosting you all live in the UK next year, giving you all a big hug, because that's what we missed over the last few years. And just make sure that you keep this little red guy in the bottom right corner away. This is the closest that I could find to a representation of COVID-19 in my college. So thank you, Philip. Thank you for all the effort that you put in, and I'm looking forward to hearing how you're going to close the conference. Phil.
Apologies, now I'm unmuted. Okay, thanks very much, Herv. I look forward to getting back to face-to-face events. There's definitely disadvantages to virtual conferences, but there's definitely advantages as well. So I'm interested to see how you will approach the hybrid aspect as well, because I'm sure there's many people who maybe are unable to travel and would like to participate. With that, thanks very much for all of you who've stayed until this point on a Friday evening, well, depending on where you are in the world. So I'd just like to say thank you to everyone, Gurav Mach, Agwiv, and Swan Liv. So thank you to everyone and goodbye to everyone. And I'll bring the conference to a close and hopefully see everyone next year. Thank you.